Ne- Never argue, never defend, never explain. When silence becomes your power, there comes a moment in life when you realize that not every opinion deserves your response. Not every criticism deserves your energy. And not every misunderstanding deserves an explanation. Many people spend years trying to prove themselves to others, exhausting their minds and draining their confidence. But the Stoic path teaches something different. It teaches that true strength often appears in silence. Silence is not weakness. Silence is discipline. Silence is control over your emotions when the world is trying to pull you into chaos. Most arguments do not exist because someone wants truth. They exist because someone wants victory. When you understand this, your mindset begins to change. You stop reacting instantly. You stop trying to correct every wrong idea about you. And slowly, you become calmer than the storm around you. The powerful thing about silence is that it protects your peace. It creates a boundary that many people cannot cross. People will test you. Some will provoke you just to see how you react. Others will misunderstand you and expect you to defend yourself endlessly. But when you master silence, something unexpected happens. You begin to see people clearly. You notice who thrives on drama and who respects calm strength. This awareness is the beginning of wisdom. One of the greatest forms of self-respect is learning that you do not need to attend every argument you are invited to. Many conflicts are traps disguised as conversations. When you step away from them, you protect your mental energy and your time. Stoicism teaches us that our energy is one of the most valuable things we possess. Once it is wasted, it cannot be taken back. Silence also forces people to reveal themselves. When you stop explaining your every action, those who misunderstand you will speak more. They will expose their intentions, their insecurity, and sometimes their jealousy. Meanwhile, you remain calm, observant, and focused on your path. This is why silence often feels powerful. It allows truth to surface without you needing to force it. Many people believe they must always defend themselves to maintain respect. But in reality, constant defense often lowers your value in the eyes of others. When you rush to justify everything you do, you give the impression that you need approval. Stoic wisdom reminds us that a strong person does not chase approval. A strong person stands firm in their principles and lets their actions speak over time. There is a deep confidence that grows when you stop explaining yourself unnecessarily. You begin to trust your decisions more. You begin to accept that not everyone will understand you, and that is completely fine. The world is filled with different perspectives, and trying to satisfy them all will only lead to frustration. Silence gives you time to think. Instead of reacting emotionally, you observe. Instead of responding with anger, you analyze the situation calmly. This small shift changes everything. Many problems that once felt overwhelming start to lose their power over you. Another truth about silence is that it removes fuel from conflict. Arguments need energy to survive. They need emotional reactions, raised voices, and constant back and forth conversations. When you refuse to provide that energy, many conflicts simply fade away. This is not avoidance. This is strategic peace. When you stop arguing, people begin to feel your presence differently. Your calmness becomes noticeable. Your words become more valuable because you speak less but speak with purpose. This is something many people never achieve because they are always reacting instead of choosing their responses carefully. Silence also builds inner strength. Every time you choose calm over reaction, you train your mind to become stronger. You become less controlled by emotions and more guided by wisdom. This is one of the core ideas of Stoicism. mastering yourself instead of trying to control others. There will be moments when people misunderstand your silence. Some will think you have nothing to say. Others will assume they have won the argument. But the truth is, real victories are not always loud. Sometimes the greatest victory is protecting your peace and continuing your journey without distraction. In life, many people spend too much time explaining who they are instead of becoming who they want to be. When you shift your focus from explaining to improving, everything changes. Your progress becomes your voice. Your discipline becomes your message. And your results speak louder than any argument ever could. Silence teaches patience. It allows situations to unfold naturally. Instead of forcing outcomes, you watch carefully and respond only when necessary. This patience is a rare strength in a world that moves quickly and reacts instantly. There is also dignity in silence. When you walk away from pointless debates, you show that your time is valuable. You show that your mind is focused on growth rather than drama. Over time, people begin to respect this even if they do not understand it at first. One important lesson is that not every battle deserves your attention. Some battles only exist to distract you from your purpose. The Stoic mindset encourages us to choose our battles wisely. The more selective you become, the more powerful your presence becomes. Silence can also protect relationships. Many arguments escalate because both sides want the last word. But when one person chooses calmness instead of reaction, the situation often softens. Sometimes the strongest response is simply understanding that emotions are temporary. Another reason silence is powerful is that it builds mystery and respect. When you do not reveal everything about your thoughts and plans, people become more curious about you. They begin to observe your actions instead of arguing with your words. A world where everyone is speaking, reacting, posting, and explaining constantly, silence becomes rare. And what is rare often becomes valuable. This is why those who master silence often stand out without even trying. As you continue your journey, remember that your peace is your responsibility. No one else will protect it for you. The moment you stop trying to prove yourself to everyone is the moment you start living more freely. You will also notice that your confidence grows quietly. Not the loud confidence that seeks attention, but the calm confidence that remains steady in any situation. This type of confidence cannot be shaken easily because it is built from self-control. The Stoic philosophy teaches that we cannot control what others say about us, but we can control how we respond. When you truly understand this, arguments begin to lose their importance in your life. Silence does not mean you never speak. It means you choose when your words truly matter. When you finally speak, your message carries more weight because it comes from thoughtfulness instead of emotion. Over time, people begin to realize that you are not easily pulled into negativity. They may still try, but your calmness becomes a shield that protects your energy and your direction. There is also a hidden freedom in not needing to defend yourself constantly. You move through life with clarity. You stop worrying about every opinion and start focusing on your purpose and growth. Your journey is not about convincing everyone to understand you. Your journey is about becoming stronger, wiser, and more peaceful each day. When you embrace this mindset, silence naturally becomes part of your power. And if this message resonates with you, if you believe in growing stronger, calmer, and wiser in a noisy world, then this channel is for you. Make sure you subscribe to this channel to get more Stoic wisdom, powerful mindset lessons, and life-changing insights that will help you build inner strength and peace. Every video here is designed to help you think deeper, act wiser, and live with purpose. So subscribe now and join a community that is focused on growth, discipline, and true mental power. Because sometimes, the most powerful move you can make is simply staying silent and moving forward. The moment you begin practicing silence as a form of strength, you will notice something important. Your mind becomes clearer. Many people do not realize how much mental noise arguments create. Every unnecessary debate stays in your thoughts long after it ends. You replay words, imagine better responses, and carry emotions that slowly drain your energy. But when you choose silence, you break that cycle. Your mind becomes a calmer place, and clarity begins to guide your decisions. Silence also teaches emotional independence. When you stop reacting to every opinion about you, you slowly detach your self-worth from the approval of others. This is a powerful shift. Many people live their lives based on how others perceive them. They defend themselves constantly because they fear judgment. But the Stoic path encourages a different way of living. It reminds you that your value is not determined by noise around you, but by the character you build within yourself. There will always be people who misunderstand you. That is simply part of life. The more you grow, the more people will interpret your actions based on their own perspective, not your intention. Trying to correct every misunderstanding is like trying to control the wind. It cannot be done. Instead, Stoicism teaches acceptance. Let people think what they want, while you remain focused on your path. When you stop explaining yourself to everyone, something powerful begins to happen. You start investing more time into your real growth. Instead of defending your life choices, you spend your energy improving them. Instead of arguing about your goals, you quietly work toward them. Over time, results begin to speak in ways that words never could. Another hidden strength in silence is self-awareness. When you are not constantly reacting to people, you have more space to observe your own thoughts. You begin to understand what truly matters to you. Many people live without this clarity because they are always distracted by other people's opinions and expectations. Silence also changes how people treat you. At first, some may find it unusual. They may expect you to react the way you used to, but when they realize that you remain calm and unbothered, they begin to adjust their behavior. Some people will respect you more. Others may distance themselves. And that is perfectly fine. Growth naturally changes your circle. It is important to understand that silence does not mean suppressing your voice forever. Instead, it means choosing wisdom over impulse. There will be moments when speaking is necessary. There will be moments when standing up for truth matters. But the difference is that your words will come from control, not emotion. The Stoics believed that a disciplined mind leads to a peaceful life. Silence is one of the simplest ways to develop that discipline. Each time you resist the urge to argue unnecessarily, you strengthen your self-control. Over time, this discipline spreads into other areas of your life. You become more focused on your goals. You become more patient with challenges. You become more resilient when facing difficulties. All of this begins with the simple decision to stop reacting to everything around you. One of the most powerful realizations in life is understanding that not every comment deserves your attention. Many opinions come from people who do not truly understand your journey. They speak based on assumptions, limited knowledge, or their own insecurities. When you understand this, you stop taking things personally. Instead of reacting emotionally, you begin to observe calmly. You see the difference between constructive criticism and meaningless negativity. And this awareness protects your peace. Silence also gives you an advantage that many people overlook. It allows you to listen deeply. When you are not focused on defending yourself, you can truly hear what others are saying. This gives you insight into people's intentions, emotions, and motivations. Great leaders often speak less but listen more. This is because listening reveals information that arguing never will. When you adopt this mindset, your conversations become more meaningful and less exhausting. Another powerful aspect of silence is that it strengthens your reputation over time. When people notice that you are not involved in constant conflict, they begin to see you as someone who values peace and maturity. This reputation becomes a silent form of influence. People trust those who are calm under pressure. They respect those who do not react impulsively. And they admire those who can remain composed in difficult situations. Many people believe strength is loud. They think strength means proving others wrong immediately. But true strength often appears quiet and steady. It does not need constant validation. It simply exists through actions and consistency. When you live this way, your life becomes simpler. You stop carrying unnecessary emotional weight. You stop engaging in endless explanations that led nowhere. Instead, you focus on progress. Your daily habits become more intentional. Your goals become clearer. And your energy becomes more valuable because you are no longer wasting it on arguments that do not improve your life. There is also a deep sense of freedom that comes with this mindset. When you no longer feel the need to defend yourself constantly, you feel lighter. You move through life with confidence, knowing that your actions will speak for you. Some people will still question you. Some will still misunderstand your silence. But over time, many will begin to realize that your calmness is not weakness. It is discipline. One of the biggest challenges people face today is living in a world filled with constant opinions. Social media, conversations, and daily interactions create endless opportunities for disagreement. If you respond to everything, you will never find peace. The Stoic mindset encourages selective attention. Focus on what truly matters. Ignore what does not improve your life. This simple principle can transform the way you experience the world. Silence also helps you build emotional stability. When you are not reacting to every situation, your mood becomes more balanced. You become less affected by temporary negativity and more focused on long-term growth. This stability is one of the greatest forms of inner strength. It allows you to remain calm even when others around you are overwhelmed by emotions. As you continue developing this mindset, you will notice that your confidence becomes quieter but stronger. You do not feel the need to prove yourself constantly. Instead, you trust your journey and allow time to reveal your progress. Another important aspect of Stoicism is understanding that control is limited. You cannot control how others behave. You cannot control what they say or think. But you can always control how you respond. Silence is often the most powerful response because it keeps you in control of yourself. There will be moments when you feel tempted to argue. Moments when you want to explain everything just to clear your name. This is natural, but each time you pause and choose calmness, you strengthen your discipline. Over time, this discipline becomes part of your identity. You become known as someone who does not react easily. Someone who stays focused even when situations become tense. This kind of presence is powerful because it influences others without force. People begin to mirror your calmness. Conversations become more respectful. And conflicts become less frequent. It is also important to remember that silence does not mean isolating yourself from the world. Instead, it means engaging wisely. Speak when it adds value. Listen when it creates understanding. And step away when conversations become unproductive. This balance creates a peaceful way of living. You are present, aware, and intentional with your energy. As you grow in this mindset, you will begin to notice that your life moves forward more smoothly. You spend less time dealing with unnecessary drama and more time building the future you want. Your goals become your priority. Your personal growth becomes your focus. And your peace becomes something you protect carefully. This is the essence of Stoic strength. Not the absence of challenges, but the ability to remain calm and focused despite them. Every day gives you a new opportunity to practice this mindset. A new chance to choose silence instead of argument. A new chance to protect your energy instead of wasting it. And slowly, this practice changes your life in ways you may not expect. You become wiser in your decisions, stronger in your character, and calmer in your presence. People will begin to notice that you carry yourself differently, not because you are trying to impress them, but because you have learned something valuable. You have learned that peace is more important than proving a point. As this journey continues, remember that growth takes time. No one masters self-control overnight. There will be moments when you react, moments when you speak more than necessary. But what matters is progress, not perfection. Each step you take toward calmness is a step toward a stronger mind. And if you have made it this far in this video, it means you are someone who values growth, discipline, and wisdom. That alone sets you apart. So if you want more powerful lessons like this, more Stoic insights that help you master your mind and transform your life, make sure you subscribe to this channel. This community is built for people who want to become stronger mentally, calmer emotionally, and wiser in the way they live. Subscribe now and become part of a journey focused on self-mastery, resilience, and true inner power. Because in a world full of noise, arguments, and endless explanations, the person who learns the power of silence often becomes the strongest one in the room.